Hey all, welcome back to MoneyMagNet. Guess what? My friend just called me with some amazing news. She's been blessed with twin babies. Can you imagine the joy, right? But you know what's interesting? Along with the excitement, she's also a little worried. She's thinking about their future, their education, their health, the kind of things every parent wants to secure for their kids. She asked me, how can I ensure a bright future for my babies? How do I grow my savings without taking unnecessary risks? And I thought, why not share this with you too? Because many of us think about this at some point. So today, let's talk about investing for the future and how even small regular investments can lead to big returns over time. Agenda for today's video: 1. ROI, return on investment. 2. CAGR, compound annual growth rate. 3. Maths behind compounding. 4. Why expected return vary. 5. Why ROI is 375%. 6. Early retirement. 7. Taxes involved. 8. Some common questions on compounding. Why ROI varies in SIP investments. 1. Market fluctuations. SIP returns depend on market performance. If the market is up, your investment grows faster. If the market is down, the growth is slower. However, rupee cost averaging, investing a fixed amount regularly, helps smooth out these ups and downs over time. 2. Time horizon. Long-term investments, 5-10 years, benefit more from compounding, which reduces the impact of short-term market fluctuations. Over time, compounding accelerates the growth of your money. 3. Fund performance. Different funds have different returns. Equity funds, like HDFC Equity Fund, tend to offer higher returns, 12 to 15%, but with higher risk, while debt funds, like ICICI Corporate Bond Fund, provide stable but lower returns, 6 to 8%. 4. Economic factors. Inflation, interest rates, and overall economic conditions also affect ROI. These external factors can either boost or slow down market growth. 5. Entry point. Your ROI can depend on when you enter the market. Investing during a downturn might result in better returns once the market recovers. What is CAGR? Compound annual growth rate. Now, you might have heard the term CAGR, which stands for compound annual growth rate. This is the rate at which your investment grows each year, assuming the growth happens consistently over time. For example, if your investment grows from 1 lakh rupees to 2 lakh rupees in 5 years, the CAGR would be around 15% annually. Maths behind investing. SIP calculation for 20 years. Let's do a quick math exercise. Let's say we start with 100 rupees, 500 rupees, 1,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees, and 10,000 rupees. Investing these amounts every month in a systematic investment plan, SIP, for 20 years. I'll show you the power of compound interest. Ready? Let's understand why expected return vary from one fund to another. 1. Large cap mutual funds. Risk, low to moderate. Return, moderate, typically 10 to 15% annualized over long periods. 2. Index funds. Equity risk. Moderate, as they track market indices like Nifty 50 or Sensex. Return historically around 10 to 12% per annum. 3. Hybrid funds. Balanced funds. Risk, low to moderate, mix of equity and debt. Return, moderate, 8 to 12% annualized. 4. Debt mutual funds. Risk, low, depending on type of debt fund. Return, low to moderate, 6 to 8% annualized. 5. Debt-oriented hybrid funds. Risk, low, return, moderate. 6. Liquid funds. Risk, very low, return, low, 4 to 6% annualized. For example, let's consider expected return as 12% for understanding. Investment 1. 100 rupees per month for 20 years. Expected return 12% per annum, compounded. Total invested for 20 years will be 24,000 rupees. Estimated maturity value 1,14,000 rupees. ROI 375%. This I will explain about all calculations. Investment 2. 500 rupees per month for 20 years. Expected return 12% per annum. Total invested 500 rupees for 12 months. After 20 years, 1,20,000 rupees. Estimated maturity value 5,70,000 rupees. Investment 3. 1,000 rupees per month for 20 years. Expected return 12% per annum. Total invested 1,000 rupees for 12 months till 20 years, 2,40,000 rupees. Estimated maturity value 11,40,000 rupees. Investment for 5,000 rupees per month for 20 years. Expected return 12% per annum. Total invested 5,000 rupees for 12 months till 20 years, 12 lakh rupees. Estimated maturity value 57 lakh rupees. Investment 10,000 rupees per month for 20 years. Expected return 12% per annum. Total invested 10,000 rupees for 12 months till 20 years = 24 lakh rupees. Estimated maturity value 1 crore 14 lakh rupees. Why is the ROI 375% in all cases? The ROI percentage is calculated based on the relative profit compared to the total investment. In all the above scenarios, the profit made from the investment is 375% of the initial investment, despite the different amounts invested each month. For example, in investment 1, the total invested was 24,000 rupees, and the final value was 1,14,000 rupees. The profit is 90,000 rupees, which is 375% of 24,000 rupees. In investment 2, the total invested was 1,20,000 rupees, and the final value was 5,70,000 rupees. The profit is 4,50,000 rupees, which is 375% of 1,20,000 rupees. This 375% ROI simply indicates that for each investment plan, the final value is 4.75 times the total amount invested, which includes your principal and profit. So regardless of how much you invest monthly, the percentage return remains constant as long as the expected return rate, 12% compounded monthly, holds true. Want early retirement and get monthly income from SIP? And Systematic Withdrawal Plan is the opposite of an SIP. While SIP allows you to invest money regularly, SWP allows you to withdraw a fixed amount regularly from your mutual fund investment, typically used for goals like retirement income. Example, using 10,000 rupees. SIP investment. SIP. Investing 10,000 rupees per month for 20 years at 12% return can grow to 1.14 crore rupees. SWP. Once the corpus grows, you can start withdrawing a fixed amount, for example 30,000 rupees per month, for regular income. If the fund continues to earn returns, your principal may still grow while you withdraw money regularly. Key difference. SIP. Invest regularly for wealth growth. SWP. Withdraw regularly from the accumulated wealth. Comparing tax for SIP versus SWP. 1. Tax on investment, SIP versus SWP. SIP. No tax on investment. When you invest through SIP, there's no tax at the time of investing. Tax arises when you redeem units. SWP. No tax on withdrawal setup. SWP itself doesn't trigger taxes, but taxes will apply when you redeem the units periodically through the plan. 2. Capital gains tax on redemption. SIP. Short-term capital gains, STCG. If you redeem units within 3 years, gains are taxed at 15%. Long-term capital gains, LTCG. If you redeem after 3 years, gains are tax-free up to 1 lakh rupees per financial year. Above that, taxed at 10%. SWP, STCG. For units redeemed within 3 years, gains are taxed at 15%. LTCG. For units redeemed after 3 years, the same tax rules apply as SIP, tax-free up to 1 lakh rupees and 10% above 1 lakh rupees. 3. Tax on dividends, SIP. Dividends are taxed at 10% for equity funds and as per your tax slab for debt funds. SWP. Dividends received as part of the withdrawals are also taxed similarly. 10% for equity funds and as per your income tax slab for debt funds. 4. Frequency of taxation. SIP. Taxes apply when you redeem your units, not at the time of investment. Redemption can happen at once or in parts over time. SWP. Taxes apply regularly based on how much you withdraw. Each withdrawal is treated as a redemption, and capital gains taxes apply accordingly. To summarize, both SIP and SWP are subject to capital gains tax based on holding period, short-term within 3 years, or long-term after 3 years. Dividends are taxed similarly in both cases. The main difference is that with SWP, taxes can be more frequent as you redeem units periodically, while SIP taxes occur when you choose to redeem. In our next video, we will discuss about SIP investment and SWP withdrawal in detail, including taxes and inflation. Now we will discuss common questions on compounding. Question 1. What if I don't have money for SIP? If you miss an SIP payment, don't worry. It won't cancel your SIP immediately. But try to stay consistent because missing payments can reduce the overall impact of compounding. Question 2. How much return can I get from Nifty 50 Index Fund? What if I didn't get sufficient return? The Nifty 50 Index Fund typically gives returns around 10 to 12% per annum over the long term. If the returns are lower, it could be due to market conditions. But remember, it's a long-term game. Don't panic if you don't see high returns every year. Question 3. What if market comes down during cash withdrawal? Markets go up and down. If you have to withdraw during a downturn, it might affect your returns. But if you invest long-term, the market usually recovers over time. It's all about patience. Question 4. Is my money safe? Mutual funds are regulated by CB and are relatively safe, but there is always some market risk, especially with equity funds. It's important to understand your fund's risk level before investing. Question 5. How to check is the market overvalued or undervalued? There are tools like the price to earnings, PE ratio, or market capitalization to gauge if the market is overvalued or undervalued. But it's tough to time the market, which is why SIP works well. You invest regularly, regardless of market conditions. Question 6. Is it better instead of SIP if I invest when market is undervalued? Trying to time the market is difficult. SIP helps remove the guesswork by investing regularly and spreading your risk over time. You can't predict exactly when the market will be undervalued. Question 7. What if the market drops after investment? Markets fluctuate, so short-term losses are possible. But SIP is meant for the long term. Stick with it, and you'll see the benefits over time. Question 8. What if my goals are achieved before? Great! You can either increase your SIP to achieve a new goal, or reduce the SIP amount and just let it grow for the future. Hope these answers help you out. In next video, we will discuss more on SIP investment and SWP withdrawal with some examples including taxes. Remember, investing for your kids' future is the best gift you can give them. It's all about starting early, staying disciplined, and letting your money grow. If you have more questions, drop them in the comments. See you next time.